Annoying. Hello, hello, hello. It is time for some cardio and core. You don't need anything today except your mat, okay? So we're going to work on body weight. If you want to have a weight, if you have one handy and you want to use it for the crunch, to have a weighted setup instead of a basic crunch, that's okay. But I'm going to do this morning with body weight, and you can join in as well. As always, I'll show different variations of things as we go through. We're going to go from cardio to core each time, 8 exercises in all, 2 rounds. And we're going to get started now. When you're ready, open your windows, grab your water, and let's get it on the toes till we get warmed up. Let's get my wee clock going here. Oh. Bring it on the toes, let's go. So we're going to warm it up, nice and gently, nice and soft with the knees. And again, even this can be modified, you can just march it out. You want to get your heart rate going, so you do whatever you need to get yourself ready to train. If you have music, pump it up behind you guys. Let's go into jumping jacks. So again, we're here. Legs go out, hands go up. Make that a nice big movement. Or you're going to go here with your steps. That's it. Forward and back into our strides. Keep those knees nice and soft. You don't want to lock the legs. And remember, you can also go here into the step. You know the drill. Back to jacks. Well done. Bring it back onto your jog. Speed it up. And relax it out. Big circles with the arms here now forward. Bum, bum, bum. Get a nice big range of motion into those shoulders. Change direction. That's good. Arms go out and in 3 times. Go into a diagonal movement now. Just want to really get these shoulders loosened up and change. Last one. Well done. Okay, down onto your plank position here. Hips are low. Widen the stance. Bring the hand up and down. Change sides. Up. Let's go 4 each side. So you want to get a nice T shape here, where the hand is directly below the shoulder, going right up into that shape there. So you're counting 4 each side. Do it at your own speed. Recenter in the middle as you go. When you're done, bring it back into your plank. Push the bum up into the air. Push the heels down. Just listen out the hamstrings and the calves before we start. And bring it back up to start. So, heart rate should be up. We sweat should be on already. And we're going to get started into our exercises. So, again, we're keeping it body weight, as I said. We're going to use some of the moves we did in the warm up. A jumping jack to start. We're going then to a plank and tap. So I'll show these as we go through. Staying then on the ground for our mountain climber. Flipping over into our dead bug. Back onto our toes for a sprint. And then we're going to have our crunch or our basic setup, or you can use a weight here for a weighted setup if you wish. And we're going to finish off today's set then with a total body extension and I might change that last one. Just look at it. What a big surprise. Okay, so when you are ready, we're going to bring it on to a jumping jack. Or again, that step to the side, whichever you wish. 3, 2, let's go. So we're going into our jacks. Good. So remember here, you can go into the step as well if you wish. And if the lateral movement is difficult for whatever reason, just go into that per step back. You're halfway through. So you do whichever of these suits you. 3, 2, and time. Brilliant. Bring it down onto the floor, now onto our plank. So I want you to watch what I do here. When I lift my hand, I'm in this movement, I'm on the ground, I'm tapping my shoulder. When I lift my hand, I tighten my core, okay? So you go into your plank position here, dip the hips. You can hold it here if you wish, but you're going to tap the shoulders. 3, 2, let's go. So hands are below my shoulders. I squeeze my core as I lift my hand, and that stops me from rocking. So I don't want this, watch me, none of this. If you're doing this, that's not going to work. You want to keep your pelvis facing the floor the whole way through this, okay? And then as you lift the hands to tap, you're strengthening up and tightening up that core, and that's going to keep your balance. 10 seconds left. So you're going here, squeeze and down. Squeeze the core and down. So it might feel like it's your shoulders and arms doing the work, but it's really not, it's your core. If you're doing it correctly, it's your core. Your hips might rock slightly. 3, 2, and time. Your hips might rock slightly, that's okay. But they're not moving more than they need to allow you to balance, okay? Stay down in this position now, and we're going into a mountain climber. So, hands are below my shoulders, feet are here in plank position. 3, 2, let's go. I bring my knees in, here, in, slow control. My hips stay low. If you have started to do this, bring this back, dip the hips, knee in, knee in. Keep going there all day. Keep going with that. Again, for anyone who's newer to the exercises and who isn't sure about the technique, stand here, straighten your shoulders, lower them down, dip the hips forward, bring the knee up. You can do it off the wall as well. If you don't have a counter worktop, just put your hands against the wall and bring those knees up. 3, 2, and time. So bring those knees up into your position. So we're going to flip over onto our back, onto our mat, and we're going into our dead bow. So we're flat on our back here. Hands are up above the head. 90-degree angle here. And we're going to start by extending the legs here. That's my basic, okay? 3, 2, let's go. So I'm here. If that's too easy, I'm going to let my heel out and down as low as I can without my back arching. And I wait until I have my feet back here before I change legs. If that's still too easy, alternate the hands. Watch here. But my other hand stays facing the ceiling. You often see people doing this. No, you will hurt your back doing that. 5 seconds to go. It's a controlled movement. In, stop. Stretch it out, and time. If you find your own pace there, if you're something pushing the legs towards the ceiling, that's okay. Bring it back up on your toes, and we're going to sprint. And then we're going to go back down to the floor and crunch. 3, 2, let's go. So you can sprint, you can march it out, you do you boo, let's go. So whatever way you want to do it, or whatever way you can do it. I'll call the last 10 seconds, and we're going to speed it up, okay? I don't even know if I'm still filming. I think I am. So sorry, my internet seems to be... I think I'm back. I think I'm back. I'm so sorry. My internet just has dropped on me. I think it's back. I'm going to keep going, okay? I'm going to keep going. So you've just finished. You're jogging on the spot. My heart rate's up through the roof here now. Jogging on the spot, and we're going to bring it down into our crunch on the floor. So as I said earlier, you can use the weight for this if you wish. Otherwise, we're just going to do a basic crunch. So get the head and shoulders up, hands on the thighs or on the temples. Let's go. We're crunching it up. Stupid internet. Whew. You go now with whatever one you can. So again, remember your variations. Here, I lock everything. Everything's solid. I crunch my tummy, and that's what brings my shoulders up, and then it comes back to here. I don't throw myself into it. I simply bring myself up with my core. If that's too easy, bring the shoulders back, and that'll help add some more resistance. Or, of course, you can go here if you wish. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bringing it back up onto our toes. Boom, 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 boom. Total body extension now to finish this round. Again, sorry, I know it's like a broken record, but I have to show everybody. Hands up, down low, bring it up on the toes. That's your basic. When that's easy, add your jump. Okay, 3, 2, let's go. So hands start higher, low, up we go. That's it, good. So that's my total body extension from the side. I'm going here, my hands are up. Look how I push my bum back and bend my knees, and then I spring up from that position. Up and down, up and down. If it's too much, I can just go up on my tiptoes. And then eventually you get to the point where on your tiptoes, you want to go higher. 3, 2, and time. So we're going to bring it onto our tummy for our Superman. Nice little move here. We're on our front. Our hands are right, just kind of above my shoulders, just below my cheeks. So you pick the hands up here, and then just up and low, okay? So I'm going to bring my hands and shoulders up, push my belly into the floor, and down. My back is not doing any work here, it's my core. So I push myself up. 3, 2, let's go. I'm coming up and down. Push the pelvis into the floor, and down. If that's too easy, I'm going to put my hands out in front, and I'm going to lift my feet as well. Okay, here we go, up and down. Now, if you want, you can do one side after the other. 10 seconds to go. So look here what I'm doing. I'm pushing my pelvis into the floor, and I'm lifting my hand. So that's a kind of more in the middle type one for you. 3, 2, 1. But again, the trick to that one is that you're not pushing through the back. I often see people doing that and they swing the back up. No, you are controlling the head and chest and lifting those back with the shoulders by engaging the core. Okay, so grab a drink. We're going to do that again, and hopefully this time the internet will not drop on me. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Okay, ready to go again? Are you ready? Have you got the music on? I'm so jealous if you have the music on. It really, really helps. Keeps your rhythm, find your pace, get you a rhythm when you're doing your jumping jacks and stuff like that. You've got the music, use it, guys. If I could have it on here, I would have it on here. Okay, we're going to do that again. Are you ready? Are you ready? So we're going to go back into our jumping jacks. In 3, sorry, I'll give you a second. In 3, 2, let's jack. So it's up and down. Bump, 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 bump. Again, use that music now. Step it here if you need to. You keep going at your own rhythm. Remember what I said as well, if you have issues with lateral movement, you can step it back and forward and step. Whatever you need to do. 10 seconds to go. Push it out, don't stop. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bringing it down now onto the floor, back onto your front position. We're going into that plank and tap again. So remember what I said. Hands are below the shoulders, tapping my shoulders, but I'm engaging my core each time I try to lift to make sure that I'm not wobbling too much. So I'm in a plank position, dip the hips, let's go. Tap, tap. Look at how my hands are directly below my shoulders. I don't want to be here. If I'm here, I'm going to end up hurting my neck, okay? So I'm tipped here. I hold the core tight. Apart from a little small movement where my hip raises a little bit to balance me, it's not actually moving. So again, I'm not doing this. Try and keep your pelvis facing the floor. You've got 5 seconds to go. Go whatever speed you can, as long as you keep the pelvis forward. And time, stay down there. We're going into our mountain climber, okay? So again, plank position to start. Knees are coming into the chest. You can cross the body over if you wish. I'll show that now. 3, 2, let's go. So I start here, and I come in and out. I find my rhythm. If I have music on, I go with that. If you want to do cross body, you bring the knee across to the opposite elbow, but you still keep the hips nice and low. And again, remember, you can go to the wall, keep going, 10 seconds to go. You can go to the wall, and you can bring those knees up towards your chest in a stepping mode. It's almost like you're going up the stairs. It's all the same thing. 5 seconds. Keep those hips low. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it onto our back now, and we're going into that dead bug again. So we start in this nice tabletop position, yeah? Heels up, straighten the leg, straighten the leg. And then again, you can go your variations in 3, 2, let's go. So I'm going to go here with my leg. At the moment, I'm keeping my hands up. Once I've got the swing of that, then I can bring in my hands, wrong side there. But again, I make sure that my back stays flat on the floor, guys. Don't let your back arch. If your back begins to arch, your legs are too low. Because if you were to put your legs low here, my back might start to arch there if my core is not strong enough to keep it up. If you're doing our basic move here, just keep working it. Straighten that leg. And again, if that becomes easy, go a wee bit lower. But always push through the heel. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up into our sprint on the spot. Am I correct? I am. And we'll keep going. I don't need to demonstrate that. 3, 2, let's go. So you're going to sprint it on the spot, jog it. You can march across the room. I don't really care what you do at this point, as long as you're moving and you keep yourself, your heart rate nice and strong, okay? But again, everyone will have their own limits here, and their own ability, and their own kind of idea of what you want to do. So I'm going to call it for the last 10. Let's go. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Get those arms moving. Boom, boom, boom. 3, 2, and time. Brilliant. Bring it back onto the floor for our crunch. And again, decide which one you're going to do. Watching me, I'm doing 4 or 5 different ones to try and show you all your variations. You choose the one you're going to do now. Have it in your head. Get in position. Let's go. So I'm going here, my feet are up. My hands are up at my temples. I'm not pulling my neck. I have a golf ball distance between my chin and my chest. The only thing that's moving is here. If that's too much, I go back to this one. I push through. Nearly there. You've got 10 seconds left. Whichever one you're doing, keep those crunches coming. Don't pull the neck. Keep the head and shoulders stationary. Everything's held together. Last 3, 2, and time. We're nearly done with this now. Well done. Bring it back up onto the floor. And we're going into our total body extensions, and then back down to our Superman again. Hands in the air. Which one are you doing? Are you going on the toes, or are you jumping? 3, 2, let's go. And as always with these, you can start with the most difficult one, okay? And go into that. And then if you find that in a few seconds it's too much, just go back there and revert to the basic. In the same way, you can start with the basic one, and then eventually give yourself a little burst. Give yourself a burst for a few seconds until you can't do much more, and then go back. There's always ways, 5 seconds, there's always ways of modifying this. 3, 2, 1, and time. Bring it onto our front now, and we're going to finish off with our Superman. So again, a few different ways of doing this, but the key element of this is that you make sure that you're not using your back. Hands are in front of your face, or right here if you know you can, and you're going to go 3, 2, 1, I lift up, I push my pelvis into the floor. Push my pelvis into the floor. Now if I want, I can try and lift the feet as well, and that's giving me that nice curve shape here. If that's too easy, I put my hands out in front. 3, 2, 1, down. Control it up, control it down. Want to alternate instead if it's a wee bit easier, that's okay. Keep the head facing forward, keep the pelvis working, keep the core tight, and you're lifting your legs, watch this, by squeezing your bum. You're not lifting your legs by the hips, you're squeezing your bum, pushing the pelvis into the floor. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Stay down on your mat now, catch your breath. and I'll stretch you out, okay? So, when we lie on our backs now, we're going to push our hands back above our head towards the ceiling, or towards the wall behind us. And on the bottom here, I'm pushing my heels. So I end up as if I'm on one of those stretchers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird analogy, but you're being pulled almost like in the olden days where they used to do those torture chamber things. This is not torture though, isn't it not? No. So I'm stretching out, I'm allowing my whole body to be stretched, and I'm pushing my heels towards that wall and my hands towards this wall. And just pay attention here to where your body is touching the floor. Nice deep breaths through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's go one more. And so your heart rate should be down a little bit now. Bring the hands and knees in carefully together. Bring them in towards your chest. Give them a hug and hold. Nice deep breaths. Hands onto your left knee, and I want you to extend the right leg up. Or again, you can extend it out if that's easier. Or if you're able. Bring it back in. Hold the other knee, stretch it up. So really feel those hamstrings here. And if I want to go here, I can. Feet both onto the floor. Put one ankle onto the other knee and reach through that leg and pull it in towards you. So this is going to stretch down into this hip. If I want to extend this more, I can push my knee here and push my heel towards the ceiling. I'm getting a real deep stretch there. Switch it up. Other side. Again, I reach through. And I can feel that right down into my glute and my hip. I'm going to stretch up here too. Breathe. And bring it down. Onto your side or onto your front now. So I'm going to start this on my side. My hand is out in front for balance. I've got a straight line the whole way to my toes. I'm going to bring my knees together here. And I'm pushing my heel into my butt. So a nice straight line. Push that pelvis forward to stretch the quad more. And release. Turn onto your other side, or I'm just going to show how you can do it on your front here as well, if you're able. And you push the pelvis into the floor to stretch the quad here. And we release. Hands below the shoulders here now, and just extend them up. Don't use the back. Stretch the abdomen here. Careful of the lower back. Bring it back onto your heels. And stand up out of that. Hands to the side. Stretch them back. Fingers towards the wall behind you. Round the front. Push forward. Hand across. Get a good stretch into that shoulder. Switch sides. And we're going to reach up to the ceiling. Plant the feet and go to the side, just nice and gently. Get a nice full stretch the whole way down through the side of your body. Switch sides. And back to centre. And well done. So apologies for the glitch. I hope it didn't glitch on your end. It glitched on my end. I hope it's okay on yours. And I will talk to you again very, very soon, guys.